Hi everyone, today we are looking at P52023 MARIS STELLA School End of Year Examination Paper. Okay, so right in front of me are my P5 students. Okay, so they are together with you who is watching this. All right, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I want to go through the harder questions, the ones that you require some explanation. Okay, so I will just pick a few questions. All right, I guess the first one that I'm going to look at is question number 17. Can you all see question number 17? Now, in this question, I need us to start off by identifying the concept. Now, what concept do you think this is? Will you tell me this is fractions? No, you will not. But you can see from here that this is about area and very good. All right. So in fact, what I will do, I will call this, let's call this area and perimeter. Everyone write down A and P. Okay, A and P. This is something that you'll see a lot in P6. Make sense? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to break it down one by one. We're going to look at each of the question and we're going to see what does it really mean to us, okay? The first one says what? The area of the triangle PRQ. Where exactly is PRQ? Let's ask ourselves, PR to Q, which is this triangle over here, is how much? 16. Do you all agree or disagree? And do you realize that if this is 16, then this has to be 16 as well? Then this has to be 16 and this has to be 16? True or not? Because they are what we call identical. Am I making sense or not making sense? Am I making sense or not making sense? Okay, so that's the first part that you want to do. Can you understand or don't understand? Easy or difficult? Okay, sentence number 2. I'm going to use different colors, so you just color code. Okay, just go with the colors. Okay, sentence number 2 says that QRST. Where is QRST? Can you follow my cursor? Q to R to S to T, right? This is what is this called? A square. So, wow, don't we already know the area of the square? Do you know the area of the square? I know the area of the square.
16 into 4.
Very good. 16 times 4, right? Area of a square. In fact, over here, we call this square what? QRST. It's actually equals to 16 times 4, okay? All right, 16 times 4. And we get to an answer of 64 centimeters square. Make sense or don't make sense? So that is the area of this square, correct or not? Which means to say, I now with the area of a square, I can find the length. Did you all realize that? Why is that so? How do you know? Because it's a square. A square has the same length.
64.
No, 64 square root 64. It's not 64 divided by 4.
64
Okay,
square.
yeah, because very good, because this is not the perimeter. You get what I'm trying to say?
64 square.
No, you square root 64. All right, so the length of QR, all right, RQQRRSSTTQ, all the same. Understand or not? I will just use one side, can? All right, maybe you can bracket one side of square. All right, is actually equals to square root 64. Okay, you punch your calculator, you get to 8 cm. So what does it mean? It means 8 times 8 is 64. Do you agree or disagree? All right, these are what we call square numbers. Make sense or don't make sense? All right, we have 8 over here. Okay, we have 8 over here. We also have 8 over here. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay, so all of this information you must be able to write down first. Can or not? In fact, we have already found A. Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, you see, just breaking down the sentences, make sure I understand everything helps me, right? A lot, right? It helped me to find A, in fact. All right, this is 8. That means to say this is also 8. Are you understanding or not understanding? This is also 8. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Let's read sentence number 3, shall we? Sentence number 3 says what? Sentence number 3 says WQUV is a rectangle. Can you all see this rectangle over here? Can see or cannot see? Well, if it's a rectangle, isn't it true that this part over here, if this is 17, do you agree that the other side is also 17? Makes sense? Because we call this mirror image, right? So we can actually find out what is TU. All right, how do I find TU? I just have to do 17 minus 8. Is this something that you can understand or don't understand? All right, so when we do 17 minus 8, we get to 9. Where is 9? 9 is basically this entire thing over here. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay, very good. Okay, simple. Okay. Well, they also say that ZRS and ZTU are what we call, what are those called? Right angle triangle. Where is that? ZRS, which is this one over here, right? Okay, and ZTU, where is ZTU? ZT to U is over here, correct or not? Okay, then they also went on to say that WQ equals to QR. Where is WQ? WQ is over here, right? True or not? It's equals to QR. And QR is 8. Isn't it true that this is also 8? Make sense? Right? Because of this sentence over here. This sentence says what? WQ equals to QR. So we want a mirror image, and we also say that this is how much? How many cm? 8 cm. Do you understand or don't understand? Do you understand or don't understand? Very good. Okay. Now, of course, more importantly, what I want to do now is obviously to solve B already. We can find what? Sorry, tell me again. ZU. What is ZU? What exactly is ZU? ZU is, wait, do we need to find ZU first? We don't need, yeah, we don't have to find ZU. Why? Because the question says, I want you to find the total area. Make sense or don't make sense? So what is this figure made up of? This figure is made up of a few things. Number one, it is made up of the square. Yes or no? Yes. The area is the figure is also made up of a rectangle, a triangle over here. It is also made up of another triangle over here. Correct? It is also made up of a rectangle. Teacher Joseph loves to do one thing, and that is to always label them. You understand what I'm saying? So that it's easier in that sense, right? Let's call this A. Ken, is that okay? All right. I'm also going to add in B. Am I making sense or not making sense? I'm also going to add in my C. And finally, I'm going to add in my D. Agree or disagree? All right. So I am going to find the area of this entire thing. All right. So I will just say that the area of the figure, okay. All right. It is made up of area of which square is this called? This is square A, right? Correct or not? Maybe you don't even have to put square A. You can just put square QRST. I just wanted to put A over there to kind of help you to see it clearly. Are you understanding or not understanding? All right. Plus area of what? Triangle. Let's go B first. I go in that sequence. Okay. A, B, R, S, V. Very good. R, S, V. I go in that sequence. A, B, C, D. Okay. R, S, Z. Yeah, that is a Z.
You said B.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Plus area of, let's go to C. Can we all go to triangle C? What triangle is that called? Can somebody help me? Z, T, U. Understand or don't understand? Okay. Finally, I have to plus area of the rectangle. Very good. Area of rectangle. Rectangle what? Q, W, V, U. Are you understanding or not understanding? Okay, let's ask ourselves, what is square QRST? We found already, right? QRST, area of square QRST, isn't that equals to 64? Understand or don't understand? So 64 plus, what is the area of triangle RSV? Can somebody tell me RSV is basically how much? Can you see RSV?
Yeah.
We will have to find half times 5 times 8. Are you understanding or not understanding? Plus ZTU, where ZTU is basically half times 9 times 8 plus 5. Understand? 8 plus 5, we know that 8 plus 5 is actually equals to 13. Is this something that you can understand? All right, I'll stop here for a little while for you all to write down first. Okay. Just probably going to highlight it for you to see. So this one over here is this one. Can see? Can understand or don't understand? Okay. And then we have this one over here, this one. Can see? All right. And then we have this one over here is this one. True? Finally, we have the pink color one. Can you all see the pink color one?
8 times.
All right. It is basically because you plus what?
8.
Very good. 8 times 17. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay, you punch your calculator, you should get to something nice. All right, I'm just going to color code everything so that you are able to find it. You are able to find it when you're watching this. 64 plus half times 5 times 8. How much is that? 20. Are you understanding or not understanding? Right, half times 9 times 13. Half times 9 times 13. We get to an answer of 58.5. Are you understanding or not understanding? Plus 8 times 17, we get to an answer of 136. When you group all of these up together, you'll get to an answer of 278.5. Let there be no confusion. We are doing area, so you always have to make sure it is centimeter square. Now, over here, as you can see, Adi and Betty had a total of how much? 5,700. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to write down the A plus B is equals to 5,700. Okay, that's the first thing that you want to do. That is the first thing that you want to do. Am I making sense? Now, How much did Ali spend? What concept is this? We still don't know, right? We know it's fractions, but we don't know, right? But in fractions, we always have this concept called but for me right now. Am I making sense? Maybe just to refresh your memory, B stands for BNA. Am I making sense? You want to write down the concepts at the side so that at least you know, right? E stands for equating numerators. Am I making sense? P stands for part-whole relationship. F stands for fractions with units. M stands for multiplication in fractions. R stands for remainder of remainder. N stands for number X value. Am I making sense? So today we are going to see what concept do you think this question falls under? Is that okay? Is that okay? All right, today we are going to see which question, multiplication in fractions. Yeah, we are going to see which question does this concept fall under. Is that okay? All right, so I wait for you to write this down first. So far, so good? Okay, once we're done. Now, from here itself, right, it's very obvious to me, all right, it is very obvious to me, that our job, okay, is to go sentence by sentence first, okay? Is to go sentence by sentence. Now, you can see over here, Ari spent some money. If Ari spent some money, isn't it true that this is already a BNA? Right? This is a BNA, right? BNA says what? Before and after. And then I will also say that this is equating numerators. But teacher, so how do you know? Because I see the word equal amount. Make sense or don't make sense? So the moment you see BNA and equating numerators, you want to quickly just draw our table first. Am I making sense or not making sense? All right, quickly draw your table. All right, pen it down. Pen down whatever that is necessary. Pen down whatever that is necessary. Okay. You draw this. You say that this is A. You say that this is B. Is this something that y'all can understand? All right. So then after that, we are going to say this our before. Where's my before? My before is over here. True? All right. How much at first? Do we know for Ari? Do we know how much at first for Ari? We don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Because we know that he spent how much? Can you see I purposely put minus over there to remind myself that it is supposed to be minus 1/3. Am I making sense? Do you understand or don't understand? Very good. So you are absolutely correct, student. You say that this 3/3, you are absolutely correct. Okay. Betty spent how much of her money? 2/5 of her money. Make sense? So Betty and Ari, they are what? Different basket. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll say that Betty is 5/5. Agree or disagree? Do you understand or don't understand? What is my final after?
3/5 for Betty and
3/5 for Betty. Very good. I love that. 3/5 for Betty. Very good. And then after that, 2 what? 2/3 for Ari. And I think more importantly, right?
make the numerator the same.
Why? Because they had an equal amount of money. Happy, 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 dong dong, happy, 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 dong dong, happy, happy, happy. Why do I cue this song? Because now it means that you are getting your answer already. We just have to times 3 over here, times 3. Can you understand or don't understand? Why you times 3? Why
To
you
make
times
them the
3?
same.
To make the numerator the same because they say that the left is the same. Am I making sense or not making sense? Okay? Can you see this 9/9? Can see or cannot see? All right, do the same thing for the other side. Always make sure the same thing is done on the other side. Understand or don't understand? We times 2, we times 2. Agree or disagree? 6/10. Make sense or don't make sense? This is 4/10. Am I making sense or not making sense? Do you understand or don't understand? This is, you see, I purposely make it so colorful so that you can see it for yourself, right? And then this is how much? 5,700. If you can understand, put down your hands.
I understand.
Okay, so you can see this 5,700. What can you all see from here? Do you all agree that these, when I add them up together, 9 and 10 units, when I add them up together, it goes to 9,700? Yes or no?
5,700.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for correcting me. 5,700. So we will say 9 units plus 10 units is equals to 19 units. And 19 units is actually equals to how much? 5,700. Is this something that you all can understand? If you can understand, say, you. Okay?
300.
We always find our Mr. Greenman first. Okay? If I'm too fast, please just give me a thumbs down. so I know I can slow down, okay? All right. Okay. Now, teacher Joseph always says, right, if you know, you can find the value, quickly go and find the value. Correct or not? Can we find what is, can we find their value? Can we find their value? We definitely will be able to, right? We can find the 9 units first, right? True or not? Who is this? This is what? Alice. Not Alice. What's her name? Ali, sorry. Okay, Ali at first. Am I making sense? So we're going to find Ali at first. All right, it's good to know all of this information. All right, so we go 300 times 9. Make sense or don't make sense, guys? Okay, so we know that this 2,700. We might want to also find what is B? B is what's Betsy. Not Beta. Betty. Okay. Beta. Betty at how many units? 10 units. You see, I never just write numbers. You get what I'm trying to say? I always make sure I give it a caption. You understand that? If not, I don't know what are these numbers. Agree or disagree? Are you understanding or not understanding?
We got the first
Okay,
question.
so we got the first one. How come? Because the question's one, how much did Betty have at first? Can you understand or don't understand?
Yeah.
All right, so Betty have how much at first? $3,000. Yay! Give me a 5. Too slow. Now, so what we want to do now is we want to read the next sentence. Okay, sentence number 3. Can everyone read sentence number 3 for me? Betty then used 3/4. Did she use 3/4 of what she had, or 3/4 of the amount that she had left? How much is she left with? Very good. So Betty says, okay, right now I'm left with how much? How much am I left with? 6 units, right? True or not? So we go 300 times 6, we get to an answer of 1,800, right? Did she say, I'm going to spend everything? Yeah, she didn't say that. She said, I'm going to spend a bit of it. How much is that bit? That bit is 3/4, right? And I always tell y'all, okay, I got y'all write down first before I go on to that part. Very good. It says, oh, what is the meaning of of? What is the meaning of of? What is the meaning of of? Very good. Now, the meaning of is to multiply. Am I making sense? Times what? Is it to times what she had? Or, sorry, is it to times what she had? Or is it to times what she's left? Very good. So we are going to find out, right? So what did she spend? She says she buy a laptop, man. Laptop, I also want. Let's find how much is it, huh?
Not cheap.
So to find a laptop, we'll basically have to do 3/4. Can you all understand or don't understand? Hey, hello? Can you all understand or don't understand? Very good. Now over here, we'll get to 1,350. Is this something that you can understand? Yay! She spent 1,350 on her laptop. Am I making sense? So what is she left with? What is her remaining?
1/4.
What is her remaining? Very good. 1/4, or you can just do 1,800 minus away 1,350. Is this something that you can understand or don't understand? All right, we will get to an answer of 450. Okay, so she's left with 450, right? What did she do with this 450? She say, I'm gonna give to my someone and someone, right? Now, you can see over here. Okay, see for yourself, huh? See for yourself, what did she do, huh? She decided to give the remaining amount to her who and who and who and who? Brother and sister. Correct now, brother and sister. Sister over here, bro over here, okay?
Sis, bro.
All right. Can see? All right, so sister and brother will get that amount. Understand or don't understand? Who get what, huh?
Brother has 3.
Brother got 3 times, ah. Oh, okay.
Not fair.
Not fair. Brother gives 3 times. Sister get how many units? 1 unit. Are you understanding or not understanding? So what does it mean to you? From here, what can you do? 4 units. Very good. So 4 units is actually equals to 450. What's our job? Our job is to always find our Mr. Greenman. Very good. We find our Mr. Greenman, we get to an answer of 150. Is this something that y'all can understand? Yes, this is your new one in it. You are absolutely correct. What does she say? What does she mean?
Divided by 4 is not 150.
Ah, very good. Why is that so? Because 450 divided by 3 is 150, but 450 divided by 4 is 112.5. Very good. You're paying attention. Very good. You see, guys, this is what I always like to do, right? Trick people. Okay, understand or don't understand? Very good. Now, so what I'm going to do next, now I am going to ask myself, right? the question says what? A is done, right? B says what?
Got
How
B.
much did
We already got
Betty's
B.
sister receive? Really?
Yeah,
Why?
already
Because
got B.
Betty's sister, very good. So therefore, my answer for this question has to be $112.50. So now in the next question, we are looking at question number 15. Now, as you can see over here, it says that Siti's mother gave her some money. Okay, again, over here, we don't know how much, right? And we are not too sure of the concepts yet, but I am pretty certain this is under whole numbers. Okay, so don't worry, let's read the next sentence. Sentence number 2 says that Siti had just enough money to buy 68 files at the usual price. So that means to say that Citi has enough money, all right, to purchase 68 files. Okay, so we are just going to write this first. Okay, now what happens is that during a sale, Citi was given a discount, okay, a discount of 340 for each file. One file, the discount received, I'm just going to put discount over here, discount received over here is actually equals to $3.40. So how many files did he purchase? She actually purchased 68 files. And what is the kind of discount that we are looking at? We are looking at a discount of $3.40 times 68, right? And that gets me to an answer of $231.20. So this is the kind of discount, okay? This is the discount that she is getting. Okay, and because of this discount, she was able to buy 19 more files. Now, why is it that she was able to buy 19 more files? Because these 19 files came from here. Right, so she went to the cashier, she said, hey, you know what, I'm buying 68 files. And the cashier said, hey, you know what, I'm just going to give you a discount. Each file, you're getting a 340 discount. So 68 files, you're getting $231.20. And what did Citi say? Citi say, okay, because of this discount, Citi could buy 19 more files. And not just 19 more files, but also had 320 left. That means she did not spend everything. So how much did she spend on the 19 files? Let's find out. We know that $231.20 is the total. We take away the $3.20. Okay, so 231.20 minus away $3.20, we get to an answer of 228. So we want to quickly find out our Mr. Green Man, which is my one file. So we just have to divide by 19 over here, and we will also divide by 19 over here. Okay, so when we do 228 divided by 19, okay, $228 divided by 19, we get to an answer of $12. That means to say the price of one file in this situation is $12. Now, but this price, this $12 is the price before or after discount. Over here, we can see that this is the price. This is the price before or after. What was the price of one file during the sale, right? So they are actually asking you for the price after discount. They're actually asking us to find the price of one file after discount. So from here itself, we can see that one file after discount is actually equals to $12. Okay, so for A part, your answer is $12. So in part B, what we want to do right now is to find how much did Citi Mother give her. And we know that $12 is the discounted price of the file, right? So we want to add in the discounted or the discount received, which is $340. We get to $15.40. This is the price of one file. How many files did Citi buy? Citi bought 68 files. Okay, so we just simply have to do 1540 times 68 files. And when we do that, we get to an answer of 1047.20. And this was the amount that Citi Mother gave to Citi. Now, so let's move on to the next question, which is question number 14. As you can see over here, it says that the brochure below shows the details on the sale in shop A, right? If you were to buy these bags, you are getting a 35% discount. So because I know that it is 35%, it basically means that I am only paying 65% over here and also 65% over here. Okay, so let's solve A. This person by the name of Anita decided to buy two of the same leather bags, okay? Two of the same leather bags during a sale in shop A. Now, what did they say? They say that the usual price of the leather bag was $450. $450. Now, what is $450? $450 is actually for one leather bag. Okay, one ladder bank. Okay, so over here you can see, right, the question wants us to find the amount of discount she received for both bags. Okay, so since I know that 100%, which is my usual, is $450, we want to find our 1% first. Okay, so 450 divided by 100. Okay, you just have to move back 2 times and you will get to an answer of $4.50. And of course, what you want to do is you want to find how much did she really pay. All right, she only paid 450 times 65. All right, why is it times 65? Because how do I get from 1 to 65? I times 65, right? So once this part is done, what I want to do next is I want to write down that this is $292.50, okay? All right, but this is only for one bag, okay? This is only for one bag, all right? Now, how many bags did she bought? Did she buy? She bought a total of 2, right? So that means to say she will spend a total of for two leather bags, okay? All right, this is after discount. After discount, she will spend a total of $292.50 times 2. All right, so 292.50 times 2. When I do that, I'll get to an answer of 585. Let's continue on from here. We can see obviously, right? We can see obviously that, okay, maybe I just continue from below. We can see obviously the question wants us to find the amount of discount, right? The amount of discount, right? So the amount of discount was 450 times 2. Why is it 450 times 2? Because this was the 2 leather bag before the discount, right? So this is actually $900, right? So the amount of discount over here, you can see amount of discount will then be 900 minus away 585. Now, when I do that, right, I'll get to an answer of 315, okay? And that is my answer for part A, okay? So now that I'm done with Anita, I'm going to look at the next person, which is Meili, all right? Meili decided to buy a backpack. So this is a backpack. Okay, all right. From here itself, you can say that, oh, this must be the leather bag, right? Okay, now the usual price of the backpack was 40% of the usual price of the leather bag. Now, what is the meaning of that? It means that 40 over 100, we can change that to 4 over 10, right? That means to say 4 units goes to backpack and 10 unit goes to the leather bag. So what they're trying to tell you is that the backpack is cheaper. Okay, so what we can do is we can say, okay, since we know 10 units is the leather bag, right? So maybe I just put L over here. And we know that the leather bag was how much? The usual price of the leather bag was $450, right? So we will say $450. We want to find 1 unit first. All right, same process. Just go back 2 times. You get 45. And we want to find how many units? We want to find 4 units. Why 4 units? Because this 4 units is basically the usual. Let me just write this down for you. Usual price of the backpack. All right, I'll just put BP, all right, to show that it stands for the backpack. And we know now, right now, is that the question wants us to find the discounted price. So the discounted price means the price that you are paying after the discount. So in this situation, we will start with 100%. It's actually equals to $180. We will find our 1% first. So 180 divided by 100, we get to an answer of $1.80. They want us to find the discounted price of the backpack. Do you recall just now we said that the backpack was 65%, right? So we'll find 65%. All right, so what we want to simply do is to do $1.80 times 65, and then we'll get to an answer of $117. And this was the discounted price of the backpack. Now, in the next question, we can see that this is an Angus question. All right, the moment you think of Angus, you have to think of zebra cannot fly. Okay, the moment you see Angus, you have to think of zebra cannot fly. Okay, that is a very, very important statement. All right, that all new students, if you are learning Angus, you must know. Okay, you must know that. So what I will do, really simple. I will first read the first part, and I will just put in whatever I can find. Like for example, in the first part, it is made up of a rhombus, right? The moment I know it is a rhombus, and the rhombus over here is CDEF. Where is CDEF? You can see CDEF is here. We're going to show this is parallel to this. And we have this is parallel to this. Okay, all of these are very important. These are all the same because it's a rhombus. All right, so these are all very important information. Now, then after that, once I'm done with that, I can also move on to read the triangles, right? What about the triangles? There are triangles CGF. Okay, use your pencil. You point out C to G to F. Can you see this triangle over here? And we have ABG. And more importantly, they are telling us that AB equals to BG. So this is an isosceles. triangle. They're trying to hint you that this is an isosceles. That means to say this is 45 degrees, okay? So you might want to write down with the write this down first. You see that say that BGA equals to 45. Sorry, not 45, I apologize. 65 degrees. That's my bad. All right, so we know that this is 65 degrees. Okay, how do I know that 65? Because this is what we call the base angle of isosceles triangle. Okay, well, what is the question asking us to find? The question wants us to find A, B, G. All right, A, B, G. So we go with A, B, G first. First thing first, I'm just going to color code this. All right, this is the one that I'm trying to find, right? So I will just simply have to do 180 degrees minus away 65 degrees minus away 65 degrees, and I will get to an answer of 50 degrees. Okay, so what is 50 degrees? This is 50 degrees over here. Okay, all right, now, so once that part is done, then we're going to move on to the second sentence. I'm just going to use green for the next one. All right, for the next one, they want us to find BCH. Where's BCH? B to C to H. So BCH is actually this small little part over here. This small little part over here. All right, what I want to do first is I can actually find out everything that is within the rhombus because that will help me to move towards BCH. Okay, so I first will find what is this, right? So the angle over here, as you can see over here, this is called angle CDH. How do I know that CDH? Because C to D to H. Okay, and remember in a rhombus, all right, if this is 112, that means opposite total has to be 112 as well. All right, so maybe I'll just use a pink color to show you that this entire thing is 112 degrees. And our job is to find out what is the green part. Right, the green part has to be 112 degrees minus away 79 degrees. Okay. All right, so in that situation, I'll get to 33 degrees. What I want to do is I want to quickly note down, all right, that this is 33 degrees. And then what I can do next is I can actually find out what is this part and what is this part because the purple color parts, they are all the same. All right, so I will basically just have to say angle DCF is equals to angle DEF. All right, that gets me to 360 degrees minus away 112 degrees minus away 112 degrees. And then what I want to do is I divide by 2. All right, so 360 minus 112 minus 112, I divide by 2. I will get to an answer of 68 degrees. Where is 68 degrees? This is 68, and this is also 68. So the next thing you want to do, okay, because we're trying to find the green color part, right? What I will do is I will first find out what is this, okay? So the angle is basically called angle CBH, right? We know that that is 50 degrees. Why is that so? Because we call this vertically opposite angle. So if that is 50, if this is 50 degrees, okay, what we can actually find out is this entire thing. I'm probably going to use brown color. All right, we are trying to find this entire thing, right? We can find that entire thing, which is the brown part, right? The angle is what we call angle BCD. Why is it that we can find that? Because we can simply do 180 degrees. Okay, I'm going to use this triangle to find for us. Okay, this is the triangle that I have. So 180 minus away 50 degrees minus away 33 degrees. Okay, when I do 180 minus 50 minus 33, we get 97 degrees. So this entire brown color part is 97 degrees. But we just want the dark green one, right? We just want the dark green one, which is angle BCH. So angle BCH is now then set 97 degrees minus away 68 degrees. And we'll get to an answer of 29 degrees. And therefore, this is my answer for this question. Now, in the next question, as you can see over here, it says what? It says that the ratio, right? Let me just get the color out. It says that the ratio of the number of apples to mangoes sold by shop A, all right? So shop A sold over here, okay? Apples to mangoes is basically 4:3. Right, and for shop B, which is sold, all right, what did they say? They say that apples to mangoes is 3:2. Okay, then in sentence number 3, it says that shop A and B sold an equal number of mangoes, which means to say I'm going to make the mangoes here and the mangoes here the same. So this is a constant part concept, right? In ratio, we use this acronym CCC for Nutella. Constant part, constant total, constant difference, BNA, number X value. All right, so over here, I'm making mangoes the same. All right, so I have times 2 here, I have times 2 here. I'll get to 8 over here, and over here, I'll get to 6. All right, times 3 here, I'll times 3 here, I'll get to 9 over here, and I'll get to 6. Okay. Now, so once that part is done, you can move on to the next part. They say that 70 more apples were sold in shop B than in shop A. Let's look at apples in shop B and apples in shop A. Can you see over here that there is a difference? Okay, how much is the difference? You can see that the difference is 9 units minus 8 units, which is equals to a unit, right? And 1 unit is actually equals to 70. Why am I minusing? Because of the word more. Now, once we are done with that, we can read sentence number 3. In fact, sorry, sentence number 4. Okay, the question says how many apples and mangoes were sold in total in shop B. Now, for apples and mangoes total in shop B, you fix your eyes on these ones over here. So we know it's 9 units plus 6 units, which is equals to 15 units. And we can confidently say that 15 units is actually equals to 70 times 15. All right, when I do 70 times 15, I will get to an answer of 1050. And that is your answer for this question. Okay, so for question number 10, right, as you can see over here, it says that Sheena was given $8 as pocket money each day. So we know in one day, she will be getting $8. Okay, that is a very important sentence. Now, the next part, right, the next part of the question says that on Monday to Friday, all right, on Mondays to Friday, what happens is that she spent $560 every day, okay? So we know that she spent how much? She spent $5.60. And how much will she save? She will save a total of $8 minus $5.60. So 8 minus 560, we get to an answer of $2.40. Okay, so that is a very, very important sentence first. All right, that is a very important sentence. Now, and what happens is that, okay, we can see that this 240 is per day, right? Per day only, yeah? All right, maybe we can write over here, per day. Per day means each day. What did she do is that she did not spend, sentence number 3 says she did not spend any money on the weekends, so weekends means Saturday and Sunday. What she did was that she saved everything. So save, this is only on Saturday and Sunday. How much is that? That is basically $8 plus $8. That gets me to $16. Okay. Now, what did she do? She started saving on Monday. The question says, how many days does it take for Sheena to save $35.20? When I see a question like that, I immediately can identify this as a nose concept. So you see, out of this $35.20, right, because this is a nose concept, we draw our number bond. All right, out of this $35.20, we have Monday to Sunday. All right, how much is that? We can see from here it's basically $2.40. Why 240? Because 240 per day, right? And this is from Monday to Friday. So 240 times 5 first. Okay, 240 times 5 first, we get to an answer of $12, followed by $12 plus $16. We get to $28. Okay, is this enough? Is it only 7 days? No. Why? Because over here they are asking for 35.20. So we'll go for another day, which is Monday. So Monday itself, we can see that 240 is added here, right? Okay, well, we don't have to go by this order, okay, but I just wanted to show it to you. Tuesday over here is another 240, right? So from here, you can see it's 28 plus 240 plus 240. You realize it's only 32.80. We want to go for another day, which is Wednesday. We plus another 240, okay? We plus another 240, and you realize, okay, that all of these add up to 35.20. All right, actually for this part, you just really have to do $35.20. You minus away the first week, which is $28, right? So 35.20 minus away $28, we get to an answer of 720 over here. This 720 will basically be what is the savings for the rest of the days, and we just have to do 720 divided by the savings per day, which is 240, and from here itself you can get 3 days. Okay, so this is a faster way of doing. Imagine it's many more days, right? In fact, imagine it is more than 3 days, then you know way you can just list it down. But I wanted to list it down to show it to you all, right? What is the thought process behind getting to this 35.20? All right, so that's the reason why in this situation they ask how many days will it take. So the total number of days, we're just going to write down total number of days will be 7 first. Why 7? Because there's 7 days over here. There's a day over here, a day over here, a day over here. So basically just 7 plus 3, and we get to an answer of 10 days. All right, so Sheena took 10 days to save up to $35.20. Now for question number 9, it is an average question. Okay, it says that the average mass of 6 boys in the room was 52 kg. So we always start with this first. What is the average? The average is 52 kg. How many boys are there? 6 boys in total. How do I find the total? We just have to do 52 times 6. Okay, when I do 52 times 6, I will get to an answer of 312. All right, 312 what? Kg. That's the first part. So in sentence number 2, we can see that when 2 boys left the room, the average mass of the boys left was 48 kg. That means there is a new average. Okay, my new average, I am sure that it's 48 kg. My number is actually close to 4 boys, right? Why 4 boys? Because I have 6 over here, 2 left. I'm left with 4. Okay, and finally, we have our total. Our total is basically close to 48 times 4. But when I do 48 times 4, I will get to an answer of 192 kg. Okay, so why is there a drop over here? This drop in total weight is caused by, was caused by the 2 boys. Was caused by the 2 boys. Okay, now, sentence number 3. What was the average mass of the 2 boys who left the room? Now, first thing first, again, they want us to just find the 2 boys, so I will just have my A and T drawn out. All right, the 2 boys, so that is number, which is over here, 2 boys. I know what's the total, isn't it? The total is 312 kg minus away 192 kg. Right, why is that so? Because you see, initially there it was, at first it was 312, now it became 192, right? So 312 minus away 192, we get to an answer of 120 kg. What is my average? Now my average has to be 120 divided by 2, that gets me to 60. 60 what? The question says mass, right? So 60 kg. All right, so my average mass for the 2 boys who left the room has to be 60 kg. Now, we look at question number 8. All right, question number 8 says what? Container A contained 1.05 kg of rice. Okay, so what I want to do first is I want to say that container A is 1.05 kg. Okay, container B, what happens? Container B contained 3.09 kg of rice. So container B, 3.09 kg. Now, what happened is that after an equal amount of rice was removed from each container, now there are 2 ways to go about this. You either draw a table or you draw a model. Okay, definitely we all know that this is a before and after, right? This is definitely a before and after concept. Okay, well, so what I will do is I will either draw a table or draw a model. I would prefer to draw a table. Okay, but maybe I will just start with drawing a model first, okay, to show you that both method works. Now for A itself, it's this much. For B is definitely greater. Let's show their difference. We know that their difference is basically, what is their difference over here? Their difference here, their difference is actually 3.09 kg minus away 1.05 kg. Okay, so when I do 3.09 minus away 1.05, we get to an answer of 2.04 kg. This is only the difference. This is not the answer, okay? Well, what happened is that an equal amount was removed. So we cannot take from here. You get what I'm trying to say? I know a lot of you will do this, but you can't do this because this is not equal. You get what I'm trying to say? So I take from the front instead. Why? Because B and A, they both removed an equal amount. All right. And sentence number 3 says what? Container B now has how many times? 4 times. That means to say container B is everything over here. All right. So let me just be more specific. It's everything over here. All right. Oh, everything over here is how many units? 4 units. And for container A, it's everything over here, which is 1 unit. So if this is 1 unit, mirror image down, this is also 1 unit. Now, can you see that this is 4 units? And if this is 1 unit, isn't it true that this part over here just has to be 4 units minus 1 unit, which actually gets me to 3 units. And I think most of you can see that 3 units is actually equals to how much? 2.04 kg. So we say 3 units is actually equals to 2.04 kg. 1 unit is actually equals to 2.04 divided by 3. We'll get to 0.68 kg. Well, once I'm done with this, of course, I want to read the question, right? The question says, how much rice was removed from each container? So they are actually asking us, hey, can you find out these amount? Right, just find one of it will do because both of them are the same. Isn't that true? Now, so if I say that this over here is 0.68 kg, this also has to be 0.68 kg. And do you recall just now we saw that what? A has 1.05 kg. So this entire thing is 1.05 kg. So the rice that was removed, is basically equals to 1.05 kg minus away 0.68 kg. All right, 1.05 minus 0.68, we get to an answer of 0.37 kg. Okay, so this was the amount, okay, that was supposed, or in fact not supposed, but that was removed, all right, which is over here, 0.37. This part is also 0.37. Okay, so this was the rice that was removed from both of the container. Now, in the next question, we can see that they have given us, right, a rectangle that was cut into 4 different triangles, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so all of these numbers inside, they are all basically the area, right? So for X, now, okay, to solve a question like that, you have to understand something called sharing of the same base, or in fact, we can just write this down as the concept, same base, same height, okay? Now, from here itself, let's ask ourselves, what is the area of X? How do I find area of a triangle? We always go half times base times height, true? And from here itself, you can see that the height is this, the base is this. Okay, let there be no confusion, right? So the height is this, the base is this. Now, when I go for my next triangle, maybe I'll just use another color, which is triangle Z, you realize that it's basically the height over here and the base over here. Okay, so let's maybe give it a name, okay? Let's call this my height over here, which is height. Let's call this height number 1, and my base number 1. And you can see that this is my height number 2 and my base number 2. Okay? Or in fact, maybe I will just call both of them 1 to show that these two, when grouped up together, it gets me to the entire height over here. Now, so that's all I have, right? Now then for the next one, let's talk about W, okay? To find W, I have the height being this. Okay, so we'll just call this height number 2. And for the base being this, base number 2. All right, and then for Y, it will be once again, height number 2 and base number 2. Now, from here itself, what we can really see is that when I add these two triangles up together, okay, so maybe I'll just highlight this first triangle. Can you see that this triangle here, which is over here noted as triangle X, plus this triangle over here, which is noted as triangle Z, the area of these two yellow color triangle is actually the same as the area of this green color triangle. All right, so they have the same area. All right, so now from here itself, right, because we know that they have the same area, I can simply say that X plus Z is actually equals to 16 plus 42. All right, when I do 16 plus 42, we get to an answer of 58. Okay, and you can see that W plus Y is also equals to 58. And since we are trying to find Y, we will say 38 plus Y is equals to 58. And for Y itself, Y is basically equals to 58 minus 38, and we'll get to an answer of 20 centimeters squared. Now, before I end, I just wanted to maybe just highlight on a few points. The reason why we could say that the triangles have the same area is simply because look at the yellow ones, okay? For the yellow ones, we will use whatever that is over here. So I will just use whatever that is over here times whatever that is over here. Then I will do the same thing for the other yellow one. You can see, right, that H1 and H1, when I add H1 and H1, is actually my B2. Okay? All right, this is the height, this is the base, this is the base. Now, when I do the same thing for this triangle, you can see this times this. Of course, there's a half, that's for sure. And this times this is exactly the same as the blue color highlighter part. All right, so with that, this is a same base, same height concept. Okay, and that's how you would solve a question like this.
Hi everyone, if you like this video, you can click right here for a similar video, or you can view our playlist here.